Hi everybody, I'm Rosie O'Kelly. This is the Rosie O'Kelly channel. It is Thursday, August 31st, 2017 here on the Rancho. Where did August go? Hello to all of you and welcome into the kitchen. Let me adjust a few things here. One of the things that I enjoy doing, although it's very time consuming and it makes for some very long hangouts sometimes, is doing real-time cooking in the Casa kitchen, particularly when we have our own fruits and vegetables that have been grown here and are to be processed. We really are a working rancho in every sense of the word. We harvest about 300 pounds of persimmons per year, about 100 pounds of apples, 80 pounds of assorted stone fruits, 100 pounds of tomatoes. It just goes figs, it just goes peaches, on citrus, hundreds of pounds of citrus. Hi Keith, nice to see you every year. And a lot of that we end up donating, obviously, and a lot of it we give away on the front street in giveaway boxes and things like that for our neighbors who are a little less fortunate. We try to set as our goal every year to be able to can and process to put up about 4 to 5 gallons of our own Italian sauce every year. I don't engage in what some might call the perfect canning methods, meaning the hot water bath and all that. It's enough for me to prepare the sauce, get it sanitary into the mason jars, and then get it under refrigeration. And I'll back up here and I'll show you the finished product. This will be the culmination of today's efforts. 1 good quart of homemade and extremely tasty red sauce. Now, 4 to 6 gallons is a lot. It's a lot of labor. In years gone by, I used to take the tomatoes, processing about 25 pounds at a time, core them, remove the skins, take out all the seeds, and it made for very long days. Since then, in talking to my friend Ellie, who you know on YouTube, Ellie Mental, she said, Rosie, you're kind of working yourself to death. You really just need to get a food processor and take the core out of them, take what skin off you want. And of course, some I'm using are frozen from last year. So the skin comes off very easily. And then throw the whole thing into the food processor and whirl it, and voila, nobody will ever know. And you'll have just as good a product. So that's exactly what I did so far this season. And it's what I'm going to do today, and it works great. So let me go ahead and put this back. So between the cooking down, let me get one more ingredient here. We're going to be using carrots too. And oftentimes you'll hear people complain about the acidity of red sauces and Italian sauces. Some recipes use sugar. I find sugar is a little insipid when you put that into something that's supposed to have umami or whatever that fourth flavor is, that umami kind of flavor. So I found if you put in a few carrots and macerate them real well, they provide enough sweetness, and yet they disintegrate into the tomato sauce and they are undetectable. So just to say welcome to all of you. It's going to probably be a long one. We've got to boil this down. I have our 5-gallon moonshine pot here. It does real good duty in terms of making sauces. So the first thing I'm going to do is get all of my tomatoes processed and in here. Then I'm going to go ahead and make my base. I have a clove of garlic. I have 2 really nice onions here. I have all the spices that I need that I'll be ticking down. Put a little tiny bit of heat with it too. Got all my Italian seasonings, and I also like to put in a little rice wine vinegar It gives a little bit of savoriness to the sauce above and beyond, and it's not often. I think I'm the only person I've heard of. Some people use red wine vinegar. I like to use the Asian rice wine vinegar. It gives like a little bit of a forward punch. So we'll be using this to brown our onions and bring our garlic to life and all of our spices. We also have some tomato paste and canned tomato sauce. Maybe Missy Jen will open them up for me. So we're going to be making a good quantity of sauce here, 1 to 2 gallons. So it's going to require 2 large cans of sauce. And well, let me go take a look and see what I got here in the way of sauce. I think for the quantity we're making for about 15 pounds, we're going to be using two 15-ounce cans of sauce. And we're also going to be using, just click that thing off there by accident. There we go. We're also going to be using 2 of the 6-ounce cans of tomato paste. And all the tomato paste does, it really acts as an intensifier of flavor, so that's a good thing. I always told Jen, when and if we ever buy our beautiful summer house, knock on wood, like that's going to happen in San Diego, I'd like a nice kitchen with an island in it that I can be comfortable. I'm in a small house. Yes, I have a big piece of land here, but I have a tiny little house on it with a tiny kitchen. But you know, what the heck? You make do, and you do the best that you can. So first thing I'm going to do, and this is going to be loud, so I'm going to knock the volume way back here. I have a process here. On the left, I have sterilized my sink here. I'm going to be pulling the tomatoes out one by one over here, giving them a rinse, coring them, and then putting them into the food processor that I have here. And when I have enough of them, I'll put the lid, give them a little bit of a squirch there, and then pour them into our catch basin. Hello, Robert. Hello, Nick. Nice to see you. So we're going to start. We're going to get a nice sharp knife, and I'm going to core these and rinse these and gradually fill in them. Within about 15 minutes or so, we should have filled up and have all of our base of tomatoes that we're going to use. Make sure you have yourself a good knife and a good working surface. Some of these have already been cleaned up a bit. And I'm just going to go through. I know it's going to be kind of difficult to see. It's hard to get the camera angle, but all I'm doing is basically taking the core out of it. And then might be able to get a little better here. Pardon my boobage. There we go. Going to be coring that a bit, cutting that into some pieces, and then right into the food processor. And I also had some tomatoes frozen left over from last year. So this is like the last call for the season. So it's like now or never. So they either go in today, or because this is going to be the last. This is going to be the last batch I'm making here. Some of the old frozen ones, you can see the skin just comes right off of them, which is what I want. Just cut that off and throw the whole thing in there. If anybody has any questions along the way, feel free to ask. Nice to see everybody today, and I'm sure we'll build up as the day goes on. This is a long process here. But, you know, when you make good homemade things, you can use this sauce for lasagnas, for bases of all kinds of things. It's really an amazing and versatile sauce, and I'll be making lasagna later in the year. And of course, these frozen ones, they're going to give up a lot of moisture. Remove all the remove all cold. Okay, getting all that skin off and right in. Okay. Keep a neat work surface here, and obviously I like to have things very neat and clean. And this can be messy when you're working with previously frozen tomatoes because of course tomatoes are mostly all juice. So that juice is going to want to run out. Okay. There's another bit. They'll be the most challenging, but I hate to be wasteful. If Jen took the time to grow them, then I want to take the time to process them and honor the work that she did. So I'm going to put this lid on. And let me see, I'm going to just knock the volume. Let's see if I can put this thing on mute for a second. All right, there's Missy Jen. Yes, you do put a lot of love and a lot of attention onto the garden. So as a result, we get very good production out of a very small area. And it's all because of the care that you take from April, May, June, July through August. And our tomatoes will be gone all the way till November. And Jen will be taking care of them. Of course, we'll be on the road next year, so we're not going to, it's going to be a year where the garden gets to relax a year. Here goes our next bunch of tomatoes in. And it really does make it nice because everything gets pulverized. Aren't these beautiful tomatoes that Jen grew? Just awesome. And what I'm doing is just cutting the tops out. Just like so, and then just prepping them right up. Good therapy as my recovery continues from my belly job here. It's nice to be on my feet. Sure is. Right in, and with the food processor, of course, this is so fast the way this goes. So fast to be processed. I want to make sure I don't get any green stem in there at all. All right. And this is, of course, a very healthy kind of sauce too, because we don't grow or use anything when we're growing the tomatoes. We don't have any pesticides on them, I'm happy to say. So I think it makes for a safer eating product. So usually it takes about 6 or 7 loads through the food processor to get all of the tomatoes in for the base. And if you cut them into chunks, then it's easier for the processor to run through. Okay, I'm gonna mute again here. So that's why we love the food processor. That was really Ellie's idea to me, because I used to seed all this stuff by hand, and man, was that painful. And now the food processor, just like she says, she goes out and just gets 50 pounds of good quality tomatoes and just runs them through and can put up a ton of sauce just like I do. I guess the difference is we grow our own tomatoes, beautiful ones here on the rancho. And Jen will tell you we start early deciding what we're going to grow. And then we try to mix it up with some of the larger sizes this year. And at first I thought it was going to be a lousy kind of season, but it actually turned out to be a pretty good one when all was said and done. We got about as much as last year. I think next year I'm just going to grow or we won't even be here next year, but the next time we do a grow, I think it's going to be the San Marzano, which is and cut out any bad spots that you have. The San Marzano are in the Roma family, and they have more flesh and juice in them. So I think it makes for a better product. Okay, that's a time-consuming part. Now we'll cut this up. Pop that in. Jen, you might want to comment on what you think about the tomatoes this year compared to last year, if you thought there was much of a difference or whatever on the growing side of it. Got a little ringer in there. Quiche Florentine. Hello, Vince. Nice to see you. Yeah, you guys I'm sure you guys got some fancy recipes for some of the things that you make. For me, if I get a good sauce to make spaghetti and a good sauce to do lasagna, I'm really happy. Really, really happy. Any extra skin that's just around, I just remove it off to the side. Big deal. All right. So we'll get one more in here, and then we'll work down this batch. Okay, so Jen thinks we got more yield this year. So I was probably wrong. I thought we got more yield. We're still putting on flowers, and we'll probably still get tomatoes through Thanksgiving here before they leave production. Need to sound again. Okay. What it is, it's almost like a really nice tomato puree that you're developing. You can see that in the pot there, really nice. But you can imagine when I did this by hand, seeding them and taking the skins off, how incredibly long it took me to do. You'd have to drop them in boiling water and get the skin off, then open them up and get the seeds out. Ay caramba, it was crazy. All right. Right in there. There we go. It's a good chance to use up all the little tomatoes that you normally wouldn't put serve on a table if you're having guests, and having sliced tomatoes is a little bit of a treat because, wow, summertime with tomatoes. When we have dinner, when Bobby comes over on Sundays and stuff, we always try to have a plate of sliced tomatoes out there. Makes it really special. Good eats. I'm glad today that I'm using the last of the tomatoes of last year too. So, yeah, as long as we're still putting flowers on, we're still going to get tomatoes. So I'll probably actually give it one more blast of Miracle Grow, which seemed to do pretty good. In late May, early June, it was really looking bad out there. I mean, it was really looking like we were going to get screwed for the season. And one application of Miracle Grow just turned everything around. And it turned out pretty darn good. And in there, some of these frozen ones just kind of disintegrate, but the flavors are still good. You get it in there, they cook down real good. You know, you're going to get messy. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Let's see if we can get in a couple more small ones. We're more than halfway through the processing now. At least getting the tomatoes done. You could buy canned tomatoes, but what's the point? You know, it's really to use all the extensive harvest that we get on the rancho. We get so much fruit here and so many vegetables. Loading, and it looks like maybe if we're lucky, we'll do one more load, maybe. We might be able to use a smaller pot to cook everything down today. That would be kind of nice. It's like the old Italian mom, as you sit there all day on this Sunday, don't touch the sauce, get out of the sauce, stop messing with the sauce. Granny, I need that. Grandma, Mama, I need to taste the sauce. Don't touch the sauce. Get off the sauce. Everybody comes over and sneaks over and adds their own little twist to the sauce, to Granny sauce. Granny, you never use enough. You never use enough garlic. Come over and add some more garlic powder. You never add enough salt. By the time it's done, it's not even Granny's recipe anymore. It's funny. All right. Yeah, a lot of work, but definitely worth it. Okay, we're in the home stretch. The home stretch. And there's not much this is a good thing for me to do when I recover from my bikini talk and my facial fillers, to be able to just stand on my feet a while. That's a good thing. I'll stretch out my belly a little bit. That is a good thing. Okay, we got 15 people watching. Hello to new people here. We're just knocking out an Italian sauce, Rosie style. So we're about 90% done doing the tomatoes. We're going to have a lot of time to chat this afternoon because we've got to work all of this down, right? Got to boil it all down. Yeah, I think this will be able to, luckily, we'll be able to use the smaller pot today. That's great. We'll be able to transfer our stuff into the smaller pot. Welcome to any of you watching. You're watching a live hangout on the Rosie O'Kelly channel, preparing our own Italian red sauce here, something we try to do every year with the harvest. Some years we'll make a jam, some years we'll make orange marmalade. Some years we'll go out and pick blackberries. You never know what we're going to do. So I'm going to drain that and let that run off. Let that run off a bit there. And move this into the side. And believe it or not, we have processed just about all of our tomatoes. There'll be a little bit of cleanup work there around the sink. Here will be the last one. Mute the sounds. Ooh, so there we look like sauce-wise. We probably got just under 2 gallons here. So next thing we want to do is kind of clean up our machine here. Actually, there's one more thing I want to do. I want to pulverize about 5 or 6 of these. I think I'll keep this going because I want to throw the garlic in too. I want to do some garlic, and I want to put some carrots in too. And what the carrots are going to do is break some of the acidity. Some people use sugar, but America's Test Kitchen, they found out that if you use carrots, it's a better outcome. So let's set this aside a minute. We're gonna prepare our onion. Get our onion done. And I'm going to use 1 entire clove. I got 2 cloves, so I'm going to save 1 for the future. And I like to take the head off of it. And then it opens up pretty easily. You can break up the individual sections. And I can break them out of their little tissue. And then we'll work with freeing the individual components. But what you want to do is get all of the loose material out of the way. So you're just left with the garlic. And you might have to cut off the bottom a little bit too. Don't cut yourself. And that helps free up. So what you do is free all the garlic from the tissue first, and then we'll come back and we'll worry about getting the garlic out of the tissue, right? So I'm sure some ladies have excellent ideas on doing that. Thanks for joining us at home. The way I usually do it is I cut off one end, then the other. I do things in stages. Cut off one end. That's cut off. Cut off one end. Other. Sit that on the side. One end. And the other. And then I find it comes out of its jacket pretty easily when you do that. Okay. Some people will buy the minced garlic, but I like the whole therapeutic experience of making your own sauce and all the way through truly from scratch. Not that we're going to grow our own basil and all that. We could, but okay. So I've kind of got them up enough that all of that scratch out of there. Then I can go ahead and kind of use my finger, and they just peel away real easily and right into our food processor. You want to do this kind of quickly because after a while this stuff gets kind of acidic and it's stingy on your fingers. So you can see the way that peels away pretty quick. Just like that. And the whole house will fill with that glorious garlic smell. Some people don't like it, some people do. You know, I'm not big at smelling people's garlic breath for sure, but okay. You see how easily those just unfold right out of there. And don't forget what the carrots are for, to break that acidity. And don't pour these into your tomatoes. We're going to be working up the sauce in a minute. Another piece just pops right out. Another piece right out. All right. And there we go. A few more little chunks and we're good to go. We've got no paper. We got none of the garlic stuff in there. None of that nasty little wrapper. None of that tissue that's there. We got nice clean chunks of garlic there. Every year in California, they have the Gilroy Garlic Festival. And at harvest time around Gilroy, man, you can smell that garlic from miles around. It's like the garlic capital of America. Of course, most of the garlic now comes in from China, I think. Unless you go to specialty shops and stuff. Okay, there it is. So we've got all that. All right, beautiful. Now to help that mix kind of emulsify a little bit, we're going to take a tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to pour that right in. And then we're going to whirl it up. And we're going to change our pots here. We're going to start preparing our base. This is the next thing we're going to do. So turn the volume down again. Okay, and welcome back. What that did was help emulsify that and get that all work together there. So, okay, in another pot, this will be a working pot here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put that mix in there. I'm going to add another 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. And it's like one of those things, once you do it enough, you do it by eye. You don't really need to be using measuring spoons and all that kind of stuff to make. So into there, we're going to take this mix. Let me get my spoon. Actually, I think a spatula works best. Well, I used to have a rubber spatula, but it doesn't look like that's around anymore. We'll just use a spoon to get all of this goodness out of here. And scrape that all down out of there. Okay, try to get all that goodness out of there. Don't waste anything. All the stuff will add great flavor to it. Okay, so that is it. We can put that on the side now. Use that spoon. Get that over there. Rinse that in a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to prep our onions. Okay. We got two really nice white onions here. You can use red onions. You can even use yellow onions. I think the yellow onions, I think the white onions add the greatest flavor to component to it. Some people may feel different about that. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's just a matter of personal preference of what you like. Now, since I think 2 onions will be fine for this volume. We'll go ahead and prep these. I like to cut off both ends. Move all that. Then I like to come right down the side, very lightly score it, just like so. And remove, you don't want to be wasteful, you just want to remove that outer funky papery layer, and it should peel off pretty easily for you, just like so. Some one onion, and then we'll peel the second one right here. Don't be wasteful. One thing I can never abide is waste. Growing up, we didn't have a lot, so we really valued what we did have. So let's go ahead and remove that. I can take a little more off the bottom here. Okay. And just look at how nicely that goes. I'm thrilled everybody that's watching. We got 17 people in the kitchen today. That's awesome. I really feel like I'm on TV. What a mess over here. All right. So now we've got our 2 onions, and it's simply a matter of cutting them in half. And then what I like to do is cut these this way, 1, 2, and then I like to put them back together just like that, and then slice across 1, 2, and if you can, get a 3rd and a 4th little bit for the end, and you have a really nice chop on those onions. They're going to go right into the olive oil, carrot, and garlic mix. It'd be a nice chunky Italian style sauce. What a great way to spend a Thursday in the kitchen with the Rosie girl. Okay, 1, 2, and obviously it goes without saying, make sure your hands are clean. Always wash your hands before you cook. If you have any kind of cuts or anything like that, get a pair of the kitchen gloves. They have non-latex and other ones if you have that allergy, and wear them when you do food prep. Okay, people won't know, but you'll know. Got to have sanitary food handling. So now we have a whole pot of our basic prep here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to sweat this down. We're going to add a little more olive oil to the top of this. Okay, now we're going to put the heat to it, and then we're going to add in our seasonings, because I like to put the heat to the seasonings because it helps release the flavor. So okay, don't forget I've got 2 large cans, the 15 ounces of tomato sauce, and 2 6 ounces of the paste. And I'm going to use like three heaping tablespoons of Italian seasoning, a heaping tablespoon of basil, a heaping tablespoon of pepper, about 1/8 of a tablespoon of hot flakes. We use about 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. So stay tuned. While that's starting to go, I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here. Just to get this kind of cleaned up and under control. And some of this stuff put away here. Okay. I'm going to get a love to cook with the wooden spoon. And thank you, Debbie Lynn. Debbie Lynn sent me this this wooden spoon. Thank you, Debbie Lynn. Actually, she didn't send it. She brought it to me when we met in Florida, which was pretty cool. You know, they knew the boss used to like to bust butt and everything. You might have to add a little more oil because these will also absorb a little oil as they cook down. I'm going to get the trash can now and get some of this stuff, some of this deadfall cleaned up here, and wash my hands again while that's working down. I'm going to lower the heat. Yeah, I know. I'll work at it. Messy. Now here's where the stuff's going to hit the fan. This is where the view count's going to go up. Jen's never really happy when I'm knocking around the kitchen.
Chaos and dirt. Oh, man.
He is not a happy camper, but it'll all work out. All right, let me wash my hands again. Wash my hands again. Ooh, that's smelling good. Okay. Let me tend to my, ooh, look at that. Cooking down really nicely over there. Hi, Alpha. This is the stuff that puts Jen over the moon. Right? She likes the house so neat and clean. And hi, honey. How's it going?
What is all this? What is it? Chaos, havoc, disaster zone.
Well, if you feel like pitching in, and
It looked like tornado come to the kitchen. What happened?
thank you, Alpha Wolf. Alpha Wolf says you're going places finally after 3 years. You know what? I've really been trying to, Alpha Wolf. I, of course, took your advice to heart. lifting our game here.
Oy vey, oy vey.
And I think we're kind of happier for it. Now I'm letting these cook down until this is all very translucent in here. Say hi to Apple.
Hi. Just so you know, I'm shy.
Yeah, you're shy. Real. Well, I got plenty of time. Once the sauce is simmering, I got plenty of time to clean up. So I'm letting that continue to work down over there. Keeping Jen happy.
Yeah, I made an appointment at the spa.
I have to bribe Jen with the spa day to be able to work in the kitchen.
I'm gonna go to the spa and you can clean up.
That smells good. You can smell it already, have you?
Yeah.
All right, I need my measuring spoon. Now, I like to put my spices in early. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my Italian seasoning in. Keith Gregory said hi, Mrs. Jen.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
Here comes number one. I'm going to get some more too. And you can see the size of the spice we use here. I like to buy at restaurant supply houses. I get a better deal.
Mwah.
3. That was like 2.5, so comes 4. Okay, that's our Italian. You can do more or less to taste the way you want. Give that an initial. Now you need to turn your heat down real low at this point. You're sweating those seasonings a bit. Okay. Now I love basil, gives a nice aromatic. I want 1 level tablespoon of that. It just opens up your nostrils and gives you a really good flavor. And I want an extra tablespoon. I love oregano. So earthy. Of oregano in there. Okay. So 3, 1, and 1. I want 1 level tablespoon of black pepper. And I want 1 good tablespoon of salt. You can use sea salt, which I usually do use 1 of them. Okay, and then a shake of hot flakes. I don't like to use too much. You don't want to superheat this thing. Yeah, we're pretty happy, Alpha. Okay, you can see the way I'm working that all around in there now. And now to help bind a little more, you can use your final tablespoon of olive oil. Okay, and what that olive oil is going to do is allow those spices to kind of work their way out. You ought to smell and hear how wonderful it smells. So I want to clear off. And next we have about 2 tablespoons of the rice wine, the Asian rice wine vinegar. And this is really our secret weapon right here. This gives an incredible umami or whatever they call that in Japanese, umami. You have sweet, you have sour. This is like umami. Like the third one. So that is really smelling good right there. So we'll let that go for a little bit. See how nice that looks down there. Yeah, yep, cleaned up our act. Okay, so that's good. I'm not sure, I may be able to get all of this sauce in here. I'm just not sure. I don't want to start pouring it in here and then I find out I don't have enough room, although this is going to cook down. So I'm going to turn the heat really low now. And I'm going to go ahead and open my sauces here. Put that back on. I'm going to go ahead and open my sauces. Good afternoon, Daniel. Thank you. The sauce is coming along. Thank you. Just opening the cans now. I have 2 cans of tomato sauce, big ones, and 2 cans of the where'd that go? I keep clicking off. 2 6-ounce cans of the tomato paste. And welcome to all of you who are just joining. Glad to see you. Okay. Do that. So in goes can number 1 of the sauce. In goes can number 2. Yeah, it's a Calphalon, that's right. I like to try to have good cookware, the knives, everything. The boss gave us a really nice knife set. Now we've got the tomato paste. And I like to use a knife to get this out. I like to go around the sides, just like that. And work all that out. And work it toward the edge. Scrape it. And you've got like 95% of it out of the can. Like I said, we didn't have hardly anything growing up. I learned how to get stuff out of, how to do stuff. One of them was make sure when you opened a can of something that you got all of it out. Or you face the wrath of mom. Woo! Okay. We're stirring that in now. And now we have our base here. Okay, we're going to let that kind of consolidate a little bit, and then we're going to transfer this to that. Give you a good look at that. Base is really coming along nicely. And at this point, I can give a little bit of a taste. Hi, Roxana. Yeah. Well, in the old days, in year 1, sometimes I was making 6 and 7 videos a day. So,
I want to let her know we got the packages.
yeah. Why don't you mention it to her?
We got your packages.
Come on up to the camera and mention it to her.
Let's see, where's Roxana? Hi, Roxana. We got the 2 packages. We haven't opened. Well, I did open them briefly a little bit.
Yeah, Roxana is a beautiful
to see
friend.
what's in here. And
Isn't she a nice gal?
I kind of took a sneak peek. I saw that those were both here for Georgie, so I know that they're from you. So want to go ahead and already say thank you very much.
Yeah, we're going to do a video on this.
And we will make a video, unenveloping. Unenveloping. I was going to say unboxing, but it's unenveloping.
That's it.
Speech impediment.
All right.
Anyways, thank you so much, and we will make a video about that. And then I'm very confident George will love all these goodies.
Don't mind the sauce on the wall.
But I just just want to let you know ahead of time now that we received that, and there will be a video coming soon. Oh, for bloody murder!
Don't look over there. don't look over there. Don't look. Don't look over there. Okay, now we're ready to combine. So I'm gonna
There's tomato sauce splatter on the wall, on the stove, on that. There is like.
Oh, I told you this.
I just wanna like.
It's like Jan, the worst night. When will this be over? You know, it's like I have to sign up in advance and sign into a sheet. What time do you want to use the kitchen? From what hour to what hour? Here's what you need to do. You got to promise your cleanup is going to be this. There will be a white glove inspection at 5 p.m. Should you fail that inspection, it'll be 100% breakdown of all materials again, re-cleaning.
Thank you, Daniel. Try. Love you too.
And Jan. It's like, yeah.
Thank you, Alpha.
Yeah, the real show begins when the camera goes off. Right now, I'm safe with you.
Yeah, man. Now Rosie is safe. When the camera goes off, that's when the body slams and all that good stuff.
All right, so I'm gonna clean up. Don't worry. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. I told you. Now we're gonna switch our pots. We've got our pureed tomato here. Thank you. Was that for me? No. I'm gonna put that here, and now we're going to combine. We're gonna combine our.
Love you, Roxana. You're the best.
I think I got one in my eye.
Oh man, look at that splatter that went all the way up to the ceiling up there. Oh my God.
I got one in my eye. There we go. All right. I feel like I've been splattered. Anything on my ample bosom? Yeah. I think I'm all clear. Anyway.
Well, but I mean, look at the wall though. Yeah.
No. What do I do? What do I do? You know.
We're gonna have to repaint the kitchen and everything.
What a nightmare. All right, let me see if I can get that. I think I can do a pretty quick job on that. Holy smokes, that stuff went flying like the Wright brothers up there. Woo! That's why I say if I ever win the lottery, and I ever get a summer house or something like that, a vacation home, it's going to have a nice big island.
And we will have a maid that will clean up after Rosie girl. Well, Georgie and me are going to be sitting in the park feeding the pigeons.
That's it. All right. Well, look, I got to start cleaning while everybody's chatting on the side chat here. Are you going to make a homemade spaghetti? Yeah, let me show you what the end result of all this is. I did spaghetti a couple weeks ago. This will be the end result today. So, and this will move us up to about 5 gallons for the season. Nice double duty. Sometimes I use them for moonshine. Sometimes I use them for, putting up sauce. So later on in an hour or so, we'll go get the cups. I've got a lot of cleanup to do while I'm chatting. You guys are chatting away here now. The wall came pretty clean. Thank God. Yeah, we're pretty happy. I'm mostly happy because Jen will be starting an infusion therapy in October, so we're pretty happy about that. That's my top concern. go. Put that here. Little by little, I'll just regain control of the kitchen here. Hi, Coop. Welcome to Cooking with Rosie, the Italian red sauce. We did processed all the tomatoes. There's still a couple with there's still some chunks in there. That makes it good. This is going to be a very righteous sauce. Now to this, I need to add a little bit of water. I need to add 2 cups of water here. One, 2, and then we're going to let this work down. This will lose about 1/3 of its volume. Nice to see you, Coop. Always. And periodically, we'll give you guys a peek in there. So right now, we start off with about 2.5 gallons of raw sauce on there. And that'll cook down to about 1.5 to 1 3/4. So I'm going to continue trying to wash up some of the material here. Oh man, don't tease me, Coop. What a dream. I have all of my boys over. Wouldn't that be cute? You know, Coop would look good in a smoking jacket, you know? Coop would look good in anything, let's be honest, all right? So, put that here. Oh, I do a really good sauce, Coop, really good. This makes great base for lasagna through winter and everything. Yeah, don't be jealous now. This is a fun hangout today. This is going to go. It's going to take a long time to cook this down. So you boys behave today. Oh, come on. Coop is very nice. Coop is always nice to everybody. Clean up this food processor a little bit. Welcome aboard, everybody. You're in the kitchen. We're making our annual Italian red sauce today. We started with about 15 pounds of our own tomatoes. Some of them were from last year. I unfroze to be able to use them. We don't like to waste anything here. Right now, I'm just starting to do the cleanup. Periodically, I'm going to be stirring this down and talking to you guys. So this has to probably cook down about 2.5 to 3 hours here to finally reach the right consistency. You want the spoon, the wooden spoon, to be able to stand up in the middle of it. You don't want to put this sauce on somebody's spaghetti and it just runs all over the water element. Yeah, be happy in your skin, yes. Alpha has a lot of good qualities. He's always so many times been a gentleman. And then sometimes it hasn't been so good. But as I've kind of improved and gone better ways, I think he's gotten nicer too. So maybe he just wanted to make me a better you know, reach my full potential here. So I love you guys. You know, I got to be honest. I like Alpha Wolf. He's always been funny. Now he did do some mean stuff to me a couple years ago, but you know, we're behind all that stuff now, and life goes on. But you know, all right. It's nice I can chat. Jen's going to be very happy when she comes in next time. Everything's nice and clean and under control. Yeah, he always, I have to be honest. I got to be honest. When it comes to Alpha Wolf, always kind of wanted me to hit a higher standard than I did on YouTube. That's straight up honest. That's for sure. So I think he's pretty happy now. You know, once in a while it's cool. Like I can't tell you, you know, this fall and winter, I'm definitely back to the teeny weeny micro string bikini late night hangouts with candles and baking and all that kind of stuff. Once in a while, I think that stuff is fun. Once a week, every other week. Plus, it helps me make some nice stuff for Christmas time, and I enjoy it. Yeah, but that's late night. That's all adult content, no kids. So it's a good thing. All right. Right. All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the closet. I'll be right back. This is starting to give an initial bubble here. I can't tell you how great this smells in here. But, you know, we had some epic one of those nighttime, late night, get out a 6-pack and make some sugar cookies or just, it was a hell of a lot of fun. Well, I have to say things are looking a little better in here. All right, there we go. Nice cutting board all cleaned up. I'll tell you what's the most fun here on the rancho is to grow your own fruits and vegetables and then preserve that harvest for the year. That's so much fun all the time to do that. You know, I like to make apple pies, and we'll be harvesting figs soon. We'll have a lot of persimmons coming off. And that's a lot of fun to do stuff. We give a lot of that away. We get about 300 pounds of persimmons. Nice to be off this week. Yeah, hi, Bobby. Yes, it's 100 degrees outside. And, you know... There's Bobby. You know, Bobby, heat just doesn't bother me. We were on the camping trip, and I was sitting outside the whole time. Heat just doesn't bother me. Hope you're feeling good today. Bobby had his surgery. Hope you're doing good. Yeah. 100 degrees outside, and I am in the kitchen. Woo! There we go. All right. I think Jen will be a little happier now when she comes in. All right. Ooh. Ooh, this looks so much better. Yeah. All right. This is now going to go from a, what's all that light, let's get my things on. Get my oven mitts on here. All right, you can see this is going, it started out as a really bright red. Now you can see it's starting to deepen here. And I'm going to take an initial taste to make sure the seasonings are where I want them. Oh. Right now you have all of the wateriness of the tomato, and you get like you have no depth of flavor to it. That's why it's important to just be cooked down and simmered for hours, so that the more you cook it down, the more it intensifies the flavor structure of it. Okay. Got this pot to wash, and then I think Jen will be reasonably happy. I don't want the heat too high. You have to make sure you stir once in a while so that you don't scorch the bottom. And I think everybody should have a big 5-gallon pot. I think that's the best one to have. You can always season the taste. Yep, let's take the high road. There's Bobby. Bobby's like, it's 100 degrees out here in that kitchen cooking. That's her. And Bobby being the old army cook. Bobby knows what it's like to cook in the heat. Woo! There we go. Okay. I think the place is starting to look pretty good. All right. I will be right back, guys. The sauce is looking great. I'll probably try to swing the camera around here without destroying everything. Try to switch that camera location a little bit. Everything's kind of always like a little shaky here. You know me, just a little bit off in terms of quality. Okay. All right. Here. So we have now used every tomato we have on the property. Bye. Nice to see you, Coop. Thanks for stopping by. Bobby, how are you feeling? See if I can do this without wrecking everything. Pardon my boobs here. This is going to be a mistake. This cam is going to go right into the sauce. Do you get the feeling? You can see the sauce there. It's looking pretty good. It's kind of thicken up, and a couple times along the way, we'll take a little, we'll do a little flavor test on that to make sure that that's doing okay. So it's much better. Glad to hear it, Bobby. I'm doing better too, Bobby. Thanks for asking. So we can babysit the sauce a bit. Oh yeah. All right. Make that size of that type a little bigger on the side. There we go. Okay. There, I can see what everybody's saying now. I'm feeling pretty good, Bobby. I went to the doctor yesterday. He said don't even bother wearing the compression garment anymore. So all the fat that was here, it's gone. It's all tucked in. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. The face was all filled out. Good. I'm feeling good. Thank you. You can look down into the sauce. You can see that nice steam. You can imagine that smell. Yeah, Bobby, I was ready to go back to work that afternoon. We both got a good outcome, I think. And for me, I hope that is my last surgery, so that'll be a good thing. I think I can probably take that off the stand now and just get that mobile a little bit, this webcam. I think I'm going to have to put another piece of tape on. Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys. Need to change the tape on it. Stupid way to run a railroad, but all right. There we go. So it's like the Italian girl just stirring grannies. Italian sauce. Now, Sophia, don't let this sauce burn. Hi, huge balls. Nice to see you. Rosita, don't let the sauce burn. You pay too much attention to the men. The men get you into trouble. Don't ruin my sauce. Let's adjust this thing so dark here. Let's see if I can adjust this. Let's see if I can lighten this, if I can find that setting. You know, what do you think, guys? It took like maybe an hour to get that sauce worked up to the point where, you know, it's just a question of babysitting it now, which is kind of nice. Let's brighten that up a little bit. There we go. Take that contrast down a little bit. Okay. Okay, apply. Yeah, that's better. I got a little backlight issue behind me there, so okay. There we go. Boom. Yep, we did okay. Yeah, awesome. I'll give you a look down in the pot now. Let's get that. You can see our start line was here, and we've already reduced that quite a bit. Hi, Joe. Nice to see you. We're putting up our harvest, Joe. Always a pleasure to see you. So we're going to let that cook down really well. There we go. Like huge balls. Is there anything you can't do? Well, I do enjoy. We grew up. We had like 10 people in the family, so we were always kind of. I don't want to say we were hurting, but we did a lot of things that most families didn't do. You know, I mean, I'll just leave it at that. It was pretty hard Scrabble life, so. But I was blessed. I did enjoy the benefits of a fine Jesuit education at Loyola University in Baltimore, courtesy of Father Joseph Selinger, whose brother was the master brewer for Schlitz Brewing for many, many years. It's come along real good. He was a great mentor to me. Encouraged me, if you wanted to major in philosophy, then do it. Don't worry about it. Just if you enjoy it, do it. If it's a passion, do it. But then he said, couple that with business, so I went on to business school after that. So everything turned out good. Yeah, Jesuit, me too. This is a select club, yes. The Society of Jesus, some of my most notable and memorable professors and stuff were. Oh, Alpha Wolf's Jesuit trained too, huh? Interesting. I'm going to back that heat off now. Hey, Jayon, nice to see you. Yes, I'm just in the kitchen today. I'm recovering from my bikini tuck here. You'll notice when I sit, I don't have any more roll action. Some people talk about roll action, like rolling your own. This was my roll action here. Nice to see you. I want to make sure I'm going to go grab some mason jars. I think I'm going to get 8. We're probably going to need 8 mason jars today. And we've got a couple hours to go on this sauce. We've got to reduce this by 1/3 so that it is stable. Stable on noodles. You don't want it to be a pile of water on the bottom. Now, my doctor told me I can't drink for a while. Hey, Jen, where are the glass? Where are the mason jars we've been using? As you've been taking them back out? So I get something to carry all those mason jars in. Be right back, guys. How about the lids and all that stuff? I don't see any lids out there. Okay. Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate that. And I'm really turned on to your uploads that you're doing these days, Joe. It's really nice to find something that's thoughtful and delivered with such high quality that one can tell you're used to delivering a message. That's for sure. Yeah, this round of results was the final payoff for me. Was really good. I'm really happy. And thank you, my friend. Let's see. Gotta find some more lids. Here, this will be under refrigeration. We're not going to put this under sterile shelf conditions. I would never trust sauces and things under. You know, you really have to be very, very careful with acidic things. I don't dig that. Thanks for standing up for the super chat too, Joe. It's just a glorified tip. I do put up a lot of content and stuff on YouTube. I try to make sure 90% of it is good. And you know, if I'm on a trip or something like that, The editing time on that stuff is amazing. I'm not a person that puts the camera in the kitchen, calls it doing a cooking video, and the thing falls over on the counter and the person doesn't even care about lifting it up or caring whether the thing is videoed sideways or upside down. I care a lot about quality. I'm missing layers. I don't see where all the stuff went out there. Okay, so we've got 7 quarts, so that's probably what we'll end up with today. Hey, Kathy Quinn, how's everything in Baltimore? Talking to a former Balmer girl here. Thank you, Joe. Very sweet of you. So let's take another look in here. You can see how much we've already worked down. And it's now starting to come together on the spoon. We want to make sure at the end that this spoon will stand up inside of that pot. That means it won't be all watery. It won't be all watery when it hits the plate of the person that's going to have their spaghetti or whatever. So this also makes a great sauce to use in making lasagna and things. Sorry about the camera. Yeah, this could be done in a crock pot. Yes, it could be. Yep. Just make sure to put it on high to do your initial sweating of your. Looks pretty good, Jen. Huh? I got one out of here. I may have enough just in case. So be careful, don't burn yourself over there. That's hot. All right. All right. So, how's everybody on this end of August day? Yeah, I guess you could do this in a crock pot and you could simmer it off all day long. Problem is, though, you've got to vent the, you can see a lot of steam coming off now. That's moisture coming off. And if you don't reduce the moisture, it'll be like water, the sauce. And it'll just go underneath if it's sticking to noodles, or if it's going to go in lasagna, it'll just end up being a puddle in the bottom of the baking pan. So you've got to make absolutely sure that you get this reduced to a point where it's not going to be watery. How's everything in Baltimore, Kathy? I sure missed the crabs. Yeah, it looks like the Orioles will be making a run for the wild card there. Alpha Wolf says, Stellar, I hope one day you can find a ministry. I think Stellar has found the ministry here, here on the bottom of YouTube. That's my guess. Dominus vobiscum. And send everybody to their Latin translator. And not the pair of the feast, did I say it's right to you? I was an altar boy and I was a choir boy. I love college football, Keith. My Cal Bears haven't been doing that good. They put good people into the NFL. Marshawn Lynch and I can't remember the other guy, the punt returner, Sean Jackson, but not had very good years. Hi, Susie Q. Huge Ball said you're not the bottom of YouTube. I guess I'm the bottom of Rosie now, huh? I think that's it. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Oh, wait, where are they?
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me adjust the camera. Pardon my boobage.
Everybody sees my undercarriage.
Yeah, well, they don't mind seeing your. Oh, come on. Yeah, the Ohio State University in Indiana. Don't ever call them Ohio State. You got to call them the Ohio State University.
Hi.
Why don't you pull a chair up, Jay, and have a seat for a couple minutes? Just chat with everybody. You're going to have a seat for a few minutes and make yourself comfortable. I'm just stirring away like an Italian mama in the kitchen today. Hey, what would you say to a nice spaghetti dinner at Rosie's? Hi, Miss Agatha. Nice to see you. Always. What a treat. Alpha Wolf says, people give me a hard time because I am a troll. You gotta love that. Yeah, I think Alpha Wolf has been a heck raiser sometimes on YouTube. So we're not reached the point of standing up yet, that's for sure. But she's cooking down real good. Meanwhile, Missy Jen's happy because all of the walls were clean.
Yeah, I've been working on the bathroom cleaner.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the fan on here.
I scrubbed the floor and everything with the got a new cleaner that has oxy. It has the OxyClean stuff in it, the Kaboom. And then you spray it, and then you scrub real hard. And then you gotta wash it up. Oh, there goes the camera.
Okay, there goes the camera. I told you this camera really stinks, man. I got to get a better one. Set this tape. This does not hold. Let's hope that holds position. There I am. There's the Missy. If it falls again, we'll pick it up. That's all I can say.
I gotta take my medications. 1 o'clock medications. Makes sense.
Let's see. Susie says, Rosie, you're on top of my YouTube by miles. That's a sweet thing. It's awesome. Ever try that CLR? I think we used that before, the calcium, lime, and rust. It seems like I
don't use it on the floor. We got white grout, and it gets gray, turns gray after a while. So I spray that stuff on there, let that soak, and then I scrub that real hard.
yeah, I think it's called Kaboom, and that oxygenated stuff really
And then it
helps
just
to turn
takes the
white.
wind out of me. But it makes it really white again.
Does a nice job.
It's the best of the best, for the best, be the best. Because I've tried all kinds of other things, and this stuff costs twice as much, but it makes that grout white. It looks like brand new again. Can you give me my one of please, honey? Hi, Stella. And there's Keith. Okay. Be safe at work, Keith. I don't want to say have fun, but be safe. Be safe at work.
Okay, bye. See you, Keith. Great to see you. We got a nice select crew in here today.
I've seen your new video, Stella, and it was awesome.
It's good, isn't it?
I gotta give you big kudos on your video. That was awesome.
Does he not have a good delivery?
You are just really a true inspiration for us all. Oh, Alpha, you're too kind.
Sometimes I think it. Sometimes I think it. Stellar was sent by God to be like where the most intervention was needed. You know, here's a spiritual being drops right into the middle of. If it's not the bottom, it's the sub level of YouTube here. I think that's so great. Yeah, where did you buy the Kaboom then? Kmart?
I bought that at just a regular food store. At Food Max, they had that actually. It's a purple bottle. It's called just Kaboom. Why I put this so far?
It's easy to. Well, I'm trying to make sure you can reach it.
Oh, that's fine.
I just thought everybody wanted to see a little better. That's all. They don't want to see me when you're around.
Just K. It starts with a K. Kaboom. Kaboom. Yeah, and I mean you just spray it on and just let it do its thing. It bubbles. It has the oxy stuff in it. You see it bubbling and sizzling and popping. Now you gotta make sure though, Agatha, This is very smell intense, and you gotta make sure you ventilate the room. If you don't ventilate the room, you can pass out. I mean,
strong stuff.
The first time I was in there, I was in the shower store and I sprayed all the walls. I didn't have no vent on or nothing. And I almost keeled over and I was almost done.
Yeah, thank you. Susie says, how you feeling, Rosie? Looking fab in such a tiny scar. That'll fade too. Thank you, sweetie. I'm feeling dangerously good. You know, I'm like wondering, wow, you know, this was, you know, so precisely done with the knife or the laser that it went together and just knock on wood, you know, and the you can see this swelling has gone down on the. I kind of look more like Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH, you know, so my Margaret Houlihan. Still got that look.
Susie, that's awesome. I mean, he gave you the kaboom, right? For the toilet.
Yeah, my son gave it to me. Hint, hint, that's fun.
That's funny.
That's really funny.
It's all good, sis. We love you.
Yeah, you're the best.
We love you no matter what. It's all good.
That's tasted really righteous. It's gotten rid of that tomatoey, raw tomato flavor, and it's starting to have the flavors all meld together. Thank you, Agatha says, looking good. Glad the healing has gone well. Thank you so much. I'm so blessed that we've had such wonderful friends. Joseph Kane sent us in the beautiful fruit baskets. Missy Jen.
Yeah, I had the banana earlier. I think I might have the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the other one. And look at this. Beautiful that Jen gave me. How beautiful is that? Isn't that lovely? I was so surprised. Jen rang the doorbell and it's like, your flower delivery is here. And then Joseph King gave us such wonderful fruit basket. Here you go, Jen.
Oh, Alpha, you're funny. Goodness.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I love doing these live cooking hangouts because not only do you get to chat with your friends and stuff, but you also get to you also come out of it with a great product. And like I said, it honors all the work Jen's done to grow the tomatoes all season long. You know, Jen, we didn't waste any tomatoes. You know, we use everything around here.
We use everything.
Yeah. I think it's very important that you know, if we're blessed with such a productive rancho, and this is a working rancho, we produce a lot of.
We even recycle the bushes afterwards.
Yep.
We recycle everything that is recyclable. Woo!
I want to try. Let's see. This is an organic Fuji apple here that Joe Kane sent in the package. I want to try that. We have such thoughtful friends. Oh, that's tasty. Nice crisp apple. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, it's 3 days now, and it still looks amazing, the bouquet that Jen picked out. Alpha Wolf. Hello, Josh. How are you? Nice to see you. I think the hardest work is prepping the tomatoes, you know, and then pouring them in,
Yeah.
you know, whirling them in the food processor, and then it's easy to do the garlic and the onions. Hello to everybody joining us. We're putting up Italian salt. I hate to touch, every time I touch this thing, I have a hard time getting that back in position. This was our start line on where the sauce started, so we've already reduced this. This is featuring our own homegrown tomatoes here. All nicely spiced. Give you an idea of the volume, how big. Susie wants to know how well Georgie's chip is working. Can you track him around the house? I think that was for you, Jen.
Actually,
I don't think it's the kind of thing that...
it doesn't have like a GPS or nothing in it. It basically, when you scan it, it just has my my name, phone number, address,
license number,
and the license number, and his registration number, and then basically, if he was found somewhere, they can then just call. Hi, Bobby. How are you feeling today? They can then basically then just call me and say, hey, we found your dog. He's here, so and so, and then I can pick him up wherever he is. I'm doing good. Staying busy as always.
Yeah, Bobby hasn't told us a lot about his recovery or anything, so. Bobby's the kind of person, how'd it go, Bobby? Great. How you feel? Great. Nothing. Good morning, Bobby. How are you? Great. How you feeling today? Great. Nothing.
You're welcome, Susie. Yeah, they don't do tracking ships.
Hi, Unencumbered. Nice to see you, honey. Welcome to the Rancho Kitchen for some red sauce today.
Hi, Unencumbered.
Always nice to see Unencumbered. We're starting to get a little thick. We probably reduced this sauce by about 1/3 volume now. That's great, Bobby.
Yes, we are very happy.
Yeah, we are very happy. God, this damn thing keeps falling. Okay. No, it's not the kind of GPS thing. It's just official government type of microchip. So if any, like the Sonoma County Animal Welfare, Animal Control would pick them up, they could scan them and know. Remember the times, or I don't know if you guys remember, but Wolfie would wander away. The only time I ever saw him was he was on the website for Sonoma County with his mugshot, you know.
Right, because they didn't know who he was, where he was from. But if they have the chip, they know where he's from, who he is, and his registration.
So I'd go on to the Sonoma County Animal Control, and they had like the inmates listed pictures, and there's Wolfie. I had to do that 2 times. I had to pay $115 a pop to get him out of there. And then they charged me for the picture. You know, like, well, the photographer had to be paid too. I'm like,
Yeah,
you could have taken
I have to deal with it. I'll just have to just.
He could have taken a better picture of the dog. You know, everything looked like a slobbering, rabid dog. You know, like To Kill a Mockingbird or something. It's crazy. Yeah, it was a mug shot. That's exactly what it was. They had like the Hall of Shame at the Sonoma County Animal Shelter. And all the dogs look like tough guys, you know? Then the last time, as soon as I got him in the back of the car to bring him home, he took a big dump right on the right on the back seat of my my new leased vehicle. It's like the final insult for a long day.
It also helps when you go every year for the vaccinations. Now he's got the 5-in-1 where the rabies are good for 3 years, and then they gotta have like border tell. They gotta have all kinds of stuff here in California, like I don't even know what it all is, but there's like 5-in-1, and then there's another separate one.
Yeah, combination vaccines.
So there's like 6 different vaccinations, and there's one is good. The rabies is good for 3 years. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Yeah, thank you, Nicole, for your very kind words. They were really appreciated.
And so there's one, I think the Bordetella, you have to go every year. That only lasts for 1 year. So when you go in, you don't have to tell them the name and who you are and what you, they just scan it and it all goes right up in their iPad thing.
Be nice, Alpha Wolf. She's a friend of mine.
So it's always nice to have it. It's very convenient to have that chip in many ways. When you go into that, they have here in California what's called the VIP pet doctor, and they have clinics, but they also have like a van. They will be every Saturday at a certain location, and you will be that you can go there, and it'll be really cheap to get vaccinations done and have your dog checked out. and because they're only there for like 2.5 hours at each location on Saturdays, and sometimes you'll have to, if you don't go early, like I'm always there like 45 minutes before they even arrive, and then I'm the first one there, the first in line. Woo! But if
Yeah, because it's hard for her to maneuver in a wheelchair.
right, if you don't do that, you get there, and then you're like 10, 12 people in line. They all got like 2 or 3 dogs and cats, and they're barking and everything. They're like in a store somewhere, and it takes forever to get them all done. So you stand there for an hour and a half. I can't do that, so I always rather be there like 45 minutes ahead of time, get in right away like last time, be done in 5 minutes, and then get out of there. And so it's really convenient to have that chip. You go in, they'll scan it. You don't have to explain nothing or nothing. It's just really easy. And I actually thought yesterday that Georgie had run off again. Oh, and like I said, because of these Saturdays where this van comes and all these people can come within these 2.5 hours, it'll cost like $100. It'll cost $100 to get all these, the whole package deal. Now, if you go to a vet clinic, it'll just cost you $100 just to see the vet.
Yeah, these VIP clinics. Sometimes they set up in hardware stores or pet stores.
Right. So I saved $100 to see the vet because
Nicole said Milo is due a visit to his vet soon, so it's going to be a pretty pricey visit, but he's worth it. Of course he is.
So I saved the pet visit fee by going to these places.
Milo is family.
And so George gets everything he needs. And before it was George and Manny, they both got what they needed and everything. How did play date for Georgie go? Last time it went actually really good. He had the 3 days, and it was he was in the playhouse with other dogs, and it went really well. When he came back, he was actually a really happy camper. Because I did beforehand when he went to the playhouse, something must have happened, and when he came back, he was like a changed dog. He was like not himself anymore, and it took over a week. And so I went back and I asked them, I said, what happened? Something must have happened. They wouldn't tell me. And I said, look, I know something happened because when I picked him up last time, something must have happened. Georgie acted really weird. And it took me a whole week to straighten him out again. And so I guess they this time really paid a lot more attention to him, and they now actually had a particular person assigned to him that just focused on him. So
he likes to go traveling though. He really likes to be in the rig, and doesn't he, honey? He loves being.
So now with the rig and everything, you know, we're not gonna have to worry as much with this whole thing. He'll be with us and everything, and he really enjoys the traveling. And
now, if we get down to San Diego, he probably will not be on that trip. But it's okay. He likes to be at that one place. But when we go start traveling, for Big in January. He will be with us
I'm
full
not
time.
sure if we can make it to San Diego.
Who, he?
I don't
Yeah, we'll
know.
see. Whatever, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we manage to fit it in. I'm just rechecking the spices here, adding a little bit more salt to it.
Yeah, I gotta say, George and me are very, very close. It's, well, Rosie and George are close too, but it's,
Yes, they're very close, and I enjoy their closeness. It's a great thing. I enjoy that very much. That they have that relationship. Oh, man, that's tasting good. We get a little more of the Italian seasoning here. A little more of the Italian seasoning. Put that in there.
what is all this stuff?
It's a tinsel from the basket that Joseph gave us.
Oh.
It had like that Easter, stuff they use for Easter baskets or
Welcome
something.
to Tinsel Town.
Yeah, welcome to Tinsel Town.
Oh.
Yeah, like Stellar says, the more people I meet, the more I like my dog. Susie said, not to be a bummer, but maybe it's too rough on Jen, all that travel. Let me tell you this, Jen's a lot tougher than you think. Okay? You take her where she sees new sights and stuff, she's like a kid in a candy store out there. She also loves it. I feature her in the video. Jenner, you know, I get that really nice camera going, and she likes being my little star on those kind of videos. And the sites we see are amazing. Fort Ross and Jenner and going around
Fort
Burnville.
Ross was nice, and what was the other one we saw? The
Jenner. We went to Duncan's Mills, Guerneville, all through there.
yeah, I've got such thing.
I wrote Gil.
There was another thing.
Yeah. Nicole said, I love you're doing more things than ramen. I thought you'd applaud me for my tip of the hat for China and Japan all the time with ramen.
Now we're gonna be traveling California in January. We're gonna be going.
I know, Susie, but if you let MS consume your mind, then you're gone. Okay, Jen's starting therapy, and I like her to be in a positive frame of mind. Very important that, you know, and I've tried to start to adapt things and have things with this van. It's the easiest thing we've had so far. Hey, Rosie, whatever works. I'd love to see you and Jen go to a Korean place sometimes for foodies. I think we probably will. Oh, Alpha Wolf. Nicole's fine. Yeah, that might be nice to go to a Korean place. There's an idea.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll look around. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
I know we have a Thai place.
Yeah, Thai food just never really, Thai food never really moved my needle too much. Oh, we went to Armstrong Woods too.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
That I was thinking. I can't remember.
You really like that? Well, I couldn't remember it for a minute. So, yeah, you know, sadly, I've seen more of Asia than I've seen of my own country, and Jen hasn't seen a lot of this country, so it's my goal to see something of this great country. And I think she's enjoyed the meals that are prepared and cooking outside, open air breakfasts and dinners. I've been trying to make the best meals on the road that I could possibly make. Oh yeah, for sure, Nicole. Anybody that thinks that Asia is like some third world backwards place, they're going to have a lot to learn when they go to Asia one day and visit. And also, yeah, there's a lot of superior values in Asian culture. Yes, there are.
One thing that scares me about Japan, though, is that Japanese young generation, they have no social skills anymore. They are now starting to go more towards they talk to robots. I saw a report on that. They are all like robot. They have this thing in a. It's a cyber robot thing in a jar thing as a roommate to talk to. They rather talk to that than a real person. I'm like, really? And it's becoming really popular in Japan. I think to myself, really? And cyber pets and all this stuff, like, it's crazy. It's like, what's wrong?
Fire ants and crocodiles are the current tourist items in Houston, as close as an inner city boat ride. There you go, Stellar. The sauce is starting to get really silky now. It's starting to leave a trail behind when you move the wooden spoon through it. It doesn't immediately fill back in right away. It takes a little bit to fill in. So if you're making your own sauce, you've got to cook it down to a point where it will not be watery on your plate or in your lasagna or whatever you're going to use it on. It's got to have some oomph to it.
How long to learn Chinese and what dialect? Asked Susie.
It took me about a year and a half, Yale University for Mandarin Chinese, and living in Hong Kong, I picked up a lot of Cantonese, and I understand a good bit of Shanghainese, those dialects. But the main one is Mandarin, which is the national language of, unifying language of China. Jen always likes it when we run into a Chinese person and I start yakking.
Yeah, that's always funny.
哇，你会讲国语这么好，你什么时候在中国？哇，你讲得这么清楚。从前我在美国很难学英文。Let's see. I just took an extension course, Yale University. It's what they use to teach the servicemen in World War II that were going to be flying Tigers over in China in the 1930s. See, I am free. I met my
Met
soulmate.
Alexa.
Oh no.
Do you like that? Do you like that thing, Alexa? It always agrees with you, right? Alexa always agrees with you. Kind of like, what's that, Wilson
Watson.
or Watson?
Yeah, IBM's Watson. Love Alexa. There you go. Alexa probably loves your home too. Probably studied every aspect.
And listens to everything you say and do too, and then transmits that to third parties
There you go, Joe.
and fourth parties.
Alexa loves you too. Woo! It was roadkill. I went to a couple of Lou's weddings before, and the food was excellent and all homemade. Is it Laos? Oh, Laotian? Oh, well, you'll hear people when you go into a shop or something like that in China, and you know, if you look like you're looking about something, the husband will ask the wife, "How much should we charge for this?" And the wife will be, "Tasha Weibel, she's a foreigner. Okay, charge the foreigner price." And I'll ask him in we suddenly go, "Butongda, why do you have a difference?" And then all of a sudden it's shocked. You get the Chinese. Doi Bucci, excuse me. Mohan Swol, very wrong. Sorry. It's kind of funny. Okay, yeah, Laotian, that's cool. I'd love to, sir. I'd love to see. I would love to see a Laotian wedding. Oh, Stellar says Nicole's looking amazing. I thought Nicole always looked good. Here's the. Here we are. We've now cooked down about half of the volume, and you can see now when I work the spoon through, I'm actually leaving a trail that's not being filled in so rapidly. So we're getting there. But I'll tell you, if you had smell-o-vision, this stuff is amazing. Just amazing. Yeah, you got to eat that pizza. Yeah, it's good. Let me, I got to put a different tape on this. Pardon the camera for a minute. Got to sit that down. This thing is like a big joke. Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't review that pizza last night, isn't it, Jen? That was the worst. That was the worst excuse for pizza.
Punjabi Indians running
Punjab Indians running a
pizzeria.
chain Chicago twist pizza place. Not a good combination.
No disrespect to Punjabi Indians, but
wow, Roadkill said there was over 1,000 people there. They flew in from Thailand and all over. That's amazing too.
how do they know the recipe for Chicago pizza?
It's just a franchisee that's, you know, you could tell. I told Jen this, you can hold up the box. The pizza looked Halloween. It looked like one of the guys just got in his car and went over to the Punjabi 7-Eleven and just took a pizza out of the case and then brought it back and doubled the price of it and put it on the table, because it's like one of those cardboard things.
It's like a gas station kind of pizza type of thing. That's not too bad. You know,
It was like a 7-Eleven pizza. I didn't say it was bad. I just said,
I mean, it was.
that sauce is awesome.
For going out and getting your belly full, it was pretty good.
Yeah. When do you put pasta on? Actually, I'm just making sauce, Susie. after this bikini tuck, I've really got to be careful with my weight, especially when this is healing. I don't want to put any stress on this, so I'm eating very lightly from here on out.
Yeah, only salad for Rosie.
Salad
and
fruit. You can see how much has been taken off.
Fruit and more salad.
So I don't want to put any stress on that thing at all.
Yeah, you see specifically right over in here, when I took out that part of the skin, they took also out the fat.
Yeah, I'm low carbing. Absolutely, Nicole, low carbing. Like this morning, I did have a bowl of the mini shredded wheat, but that's just to keep my regularity up, and then just had a piece of fruit for lunch, and then I'll just have a salad and something tonight, and that'll be it. I'll be good to go. Plus, it's 100 degrees anyway here, so it's not, it's not the kind of conducive weather. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're looking good, Nicole. So, yeah, it's not the kind of weather that you want to really full-on feast or anything. You just want to kind of relax and eat light with salads and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I usually don't. We hardly even eat pizza anymore. Just once a week, that thing, and and see, we don't actually eat much pasta either, because the pasta is high carbs. I don't eat many noodles, and
yeah, I'd say our diet's healthy. We don't have a ton of meat. Once a week we have meat. I'm not talking about Friday night. You know, Friday night restaurant reviews will be out. That's usually like our biggest meal of the week.
That's the biggest meal of the week, and other than that, we just eat the scraps.
Otherwise, we're just scrapping around salads, and Jen used to eat a lot of processed food. She's lost a lot of weight. She cut out the processed food. She's doing steamers, like
the steamable meals.
Steamable meals, and they're a lot healthier.
Rice.
Juice.
Rice.
There we go.
Chicken.
Now it's a party. Juice in the house.
Rice with vegetables and chicken.
And Nicole, we're still going to have the teeny weeny micro string bikini late night baking hangouts in fall and winter. Everybody's looking forward to them again. Woo! Light the candles and go, baby. Get a six-pack. That's going to be a lot of fun. Nice to see you, Juice.
Hi, Juice.
The Juice is in the house. Poor Juice has been getting a beating out there on the land of YouTube, and he's not even around them. Those Juice clones have been raising the havoc out there. And, yeah, you got to thank Joe. He pulled your chestnuts out of the fire there, Juice. He was on the job. That was great. Yeah, the Juice clones were really raising HE double L. Yeah, Jen looking freaking fab. Yeah. Clone. Stellar says my chestnuts were being roasted as well. Well, Joe, I always say you wouldn't be doing your duty if your chestnuts aren't Yeah, if you're not, if they're not at the heat, you're not doing your job down here. The thing I like about Joe is he deals from a factual basis. He'll actually get the source document, the source video, and pull it out from right there. And that's why I'm exactly the same way. I keep all of my videos on YouTube. All this assorted history of these characters, it's all on there for anybody that wants to go back and see promises that were made, behaviors that it's all there, the source documents and stuff. So it's very hard for people to shift history around and rewrite it. That's what I really like. That's why you see a lot of people burn their hangouts and stuff. There's nothing I burn. I want it to be a record of stuff. Historical source document. Boy, that's looking really good right now. Really good. I think that's going to simmer off about 1/2 more hour, and that's going to be great. I'm going to go get our funnel. We've got all of our mason jars ready to go. Yep, Joe says, I will do the research to shine a light in the dark areas of YouTube. Yeah, that's right. Nicole says all my hangouts still there. Yep, all there. Roadkill, don't praise Joe too much. His head will start to swell. I just find him a very honest broker. You know, I don't think he has any dog in the hunt. So. Finally, you got to really do things the safe way when you're dealing with these sauces and stuff. You can really get burned. Really get burned. Let's see what the temperature in Santa Rosa is right now.
$94. My phone says 94.
Yeah, we're about 94 right now. It's just the perfect time to be in the slaving over a hot stove. Yes, Roadkill, we have our jars ready to go, and I'll show you what one of our finished products look like here. Anyway. We've already put up about 4 gallons or so, so that's the way it's going to be. We should get about 1.5 gallons today. I like to use it all through the fall and through the winter for making lasagnas and other things. Because you know, the red sauce is at the heart of so much of Italian cooking and Italian food. is a good red sauce. God damn this thing. Oh, yeah, thank you, Roadkill. I love Roadkill. Was funny that that metal detecting, and I thought I found a ring, and Roadkill's like, Rosie, you found the plumbing compression ring. That was beautiful. I put that on the video thing. That was good. Well, that sauce is really looking stand up. Let's have a taste of it. See how good that looks. That is good. That is an excellent, excellent sauce. Yep. So I'd say we're about, yeah, that's it, Juice. I would say we're about 20 minutes or so from getting that all bottled up there. Just checking my see what insulting messages that Nicole sent me. Let's see. Oh my. Oh my. Tisk tisk. Yeah, if it's good, it's going to be tasty. Do shit. Yeah, that's so good. That's leaving a nice trail behind it now. And Juice, that's from our own tomatoes. No, Ellie, I'm making the sauce with the Ellie method that I've used all summer, and it has really saved my time. I used to, yeah, I think I got that, Nicole. My messages thing is, I got to get Facebook Messenger back up. It's a mess. But Ellie, I used all the tomatoes from last year, got them in. Yeah, homegrown, homemade. That's it, Juice. And Ellie, I used the food processor, and it worked out good. Yeah, Roadkill says, Juice, I can imagine you laying on the sofa in a toga like a Roman emperor, being hand-fed by Rosie. That'd be all right. You know I love Juice. Oh, Ellie, it's just saved an incredible amount of time. This will be like the, I want to say the 5th gallon we put up from our own tomatoes, and it's really beautiful. I'm not far. I'm all about the sauce too. I'm not far from getting that bottled up too. And I don't like anything to go to waste. You know, Jen works hard to take care out there watering, and I put some fertilizer and stuff on it, and she does the lion's share of the work on it. And have to see while that continues reducing. And I find that this is also a very social activity too, where people can hang out, chat. Yeah, I'm canning. I've got everything. We can for just the fridge though, Ellie. I don't do the pressure canning and all that. So we got our fridge is mostly always empty, so I got plenty of room, and I just feel safer. I don't have all the water bath and all those things, and it's acidic, so I'd rather just can for the refrigerator. Yeah, we just like to keep it refrigerated. It's all good. I've never had a problem in years that I've been putting it up, so I'm just happier that way. Be right back. That's really getting soaky now. Wait a minute. Ellie did it funny. Let me see what Ellie did here. Let's see. Oh, and big screen, you can't even scroll up on that. That sucks. Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, poor Alpha. Let's give Ellie a peek down the pot here. It's starting to leave the trail behind now, which indicates it's at a point where you put it on pasta and it won't stick. I mean, it won't get all watery on it. So that looks pretty good. This back, I hate this. This webcam is like a joke, this thing. Come on. I'm gonna have to get another piece of tape. Let's see here. There we go. Shut up. All right, hold on, guys. I got to fix this thing once and for all. This thing's driving me nuts. This is going to get you dizzy for sure. But it can't be helped right now. You're upside down. One good clean piece of tape. Let's put that on the right way now. Yeah, I need it. Where in the hell do I get a capture card, Nicole? Yeah, well, you guys fell down. You're so far. Yeah, look at the granite. You're so far ahead of me. Yeah, you fell down. So we're close. I think the worst thing you can do is make sauce, and then you put it over, you prep it, and it goes to water at the bottom of the noodles all sit on top of it. And it, thank you, Nicole. I'd love to be able to use the GoPro for that. Juice. Oh, you guys are funny. All right, you made it thick and thin with pasta. You make it thick and thin it with pasta water. Yeah, there you go. Use spaghetti squash for the noodles. It's low carb. I've seen more people do that. Roadkill. That's a good idea. You know, to work out that string spaghetti squash and do that. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I'm still waiting for my Nicole G live cooking. Let's see, Amanda's granite gold. Someone scratched me. Whatever. I'm not touching that. Yeah, Fanny does have some good recipes. Yeah, I got it all in here, Robert. Fresh garlic and my secret recipe, and I don't really use that. I use the Italian seasoning, and I throw in a little bit of the rice wine vinegar. It gives a little umami. That's what I like to use. In lieu of that, you can use red wine vinegar, but I like the rice wine vinegar. It's a little more pungent. A little bit more pungent. You have a 1 in 3/24 chance of winning $5 with me. How can you lose? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I usually just play lottery when it gets above 200, 300 million, the big prize, then I'll kick in a little bit. I have to say, the yeah, a little wine for the cook, a little for the sauce. I do have to say though that you know, the trolls on the bottom of YouTube are the most creative, and the names that they come up with are really funny. If you're talking about me, Susie, I don't want to put any stress on my seam right there, so I'm going to be very careful what I'm eating. I just want to maintain and be slightly on the skinnier side. I'd like to get down to 158 right in there, so that would be it. Yeah, I know Nicole said some of them are absolute genius. Some of them are just amazing. I mean, you know, I got to laugh. There's Stephen O'Kelly runs around. There's, and that's the one that says, "Oh, I'm chooching and I'm dicker." There's good ones. I mean, they're fast. They get the names cranked out quick too. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not touching that. Amanda's granite gold. I'm not touching. My fun is just in Las Vegas. That's what I do my fun in every year. And that's going to be a very special one for me because I'm going to be basically retired and working remotely from the road. Ellie says, don't. Yep, if you don't touch it, you can't win. Yep, Graham says all things in moderation. That's exactly right. And I can hear Ellie saying, don't stop stirring the sauce, Rosie. Imagine that you go through all that. Ellie comes down to the kitchen. Who scorched the sauce? Didn't I tell you to keep stirring that sauce? I did, like you told me, every half hour. You knucklehead. Yeah, that's it. Basil and stromboli. I had a calzone in San Diego. It didn't impress me. It was too much dough and not enough filling. Yeah, every 20 minutes, stir it up. Imagine you got to tell Ellie, we just ruined the 5 gallons of sauce. Sorry. Well, I've got all this great fruit that Joseph Kane said. Jinxies! Jinx says, long weekend over here. Woo! That's cool. Maybe I'll do a hangout tonight. Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend coming up. Totally cooked time for this is about 3 hours. I want to reduce it by half of its original volume. Very important. Nice to see you, Jinx. Yeah, I think I probably will tonight. Just do a general hangout tonight. Amanda's grinding gold. It's funny. Oh no, yeah. Jinx says I'm stalked on beers. What do you know? My doctor's not allowing me to drink. He's afraid I'll split in half where I have a seam now. Oh yeah, that sauce is just glorious now. Just glorious. Ah, it's gross. Yeah, put it in a pickle jar and preserve it. That's funny. I wouldn't recommend though doing your sauces when it's 95 degrees out. That's pretty gamey. Poor Stella, those ears. Jinx, are you gonna be drinking? Yeah, Canning Kitchen is always hot. Luckily, I got the fan is kind of turned on me here. Yeah, okay, Joe says worse. You can trust me on that. It's a long weekend and my last weekend off before I start back to school. So yes. Yes. Isn't that funny? Oh, that's funny. Don't kid yourself, Alpha Wolf. Nicole Green has plenty of admirers. Don't fool yourself. All right, guys. I think do a time check here. What time did we start, Janet? We started at 11:30. So this sauce is really officially there. That's where you got to be very, very careful here. This next part, you could really be burned here. Really get burned. College fun. That's some funny shit. Yeah, scratch till you win. Whatever. You know, it's a free country, guys. Give myself a very good working surface right here. Get these lined up. I want to get my mouse out of here. Clean the pot off a little bit. Sterilize this pot a little bit. I'm just doing what they call flaming the pot here. So now what I'm going to do is carefully, one at a time, I want to make sure my lids are going to be ready to go here. 3, 4, 5. Hi, Madeline. Nice to see you, sweetie. I sure missed you. Hope you're doing okay. All right, so here we go. Do our first one here. And make sure I got plenty of pouring room here. I'll take one big scoop here, right into the funnel. I'm going to save a little room on top there. Sit my pot down there. Immediately get my lid on. Okay, we got one done. Yeah, I'm really happy to see you, Madeline. I miss you around a lot. Hope your husband's doing good too. I think of all things French, I think of Madeline. Okay, so we ready for number 2? I need a little more here. Okay. Let's hit that for number 3. All right. Number 3. Okay, so we got 2 in so far. And then tonight when I'm sitting here, I'll hear ping, ping, ping as they all set. They all set their seal. Yeah, it's so hot they seal themselves. When they cool, the vacuum just pulls down the top. You can hear a ping. There's number 3. And here comes number 4. Hugh says, I'm torching glass as I type. Just be very careful doing this part. Luckily, we have all this stuff from moonshining, so it's all readily available here. So there's another gallon. Yeah, the jar should be hot as well. Yeah, I hear you. That's why we refrigerate it, because I don't have the best technique, and I feel like it's always very safe, and I've never had a problem. See, we should get enough to get. Get a little more out of here. I think I just got fired from Ellie's kitchen. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to see if I can get one more seal. I figured we'd get about 1.5 gallons, so keeps the doors from shock when they don't explode. Yep, it's hot, plenty hot today. I gotta run outside and see if I have an extra. I'm missing one big. Really all wet, but we got enough to finish this up. Ooh. Okay, we got one more here. Yeah, to be perfect, the kimchi. Actually, you need a clay jar. You need a clay vessel to make kimchi. I think. Okay. I think you need a clay vessel. Yeah. And I'm going to pour this. Maybe you can hold that funnel. I'm going to get this slop all over me. All right, I'm going to come in from this side, so if you can hold it there. Let me get my oven mitts on for safety. I've been burned too many times in professional kitchens. I don't mess around. Whew.
You take it outside.
Okay, you take it. I'll take care of the inside stuff to do. So we got. We almost made it to. We almost made it to 1.5 gallons today, but we got some really delicious sauce here. That's going to really be good. It's going to set nicely. I don't want to leave that on the granite. I want to put I want to put this cutting board, I want to put them on the cutting board. You never know with stone and heat, so let them just dissipate their heat up here. But don't they look beautiful? They just turned out beautifully, didn't they? It looks good. Clean this funnel out so we can use this for moonshine too. I was officially fired from, yeah, I'm going to throw the towel over. Give me 1 second. I've got to get this this really expensive funnel. I got to get that Italian sauce out of it. Otherwise, it turns color. This is critical for moonshine. I have to say, guys, they really turned out beautifully there. Yeah, don't forget your O'Kelly Productions label. Yeah, another Rancho product. Woo! That nice. I'm so happy that turned out really good. Really well. Yeah, that's it, Robert. Rosie's Cordon Bleu. That's it. I love blueberry jam. We have a place here, Susie. This place, I'll show it to you. We have a really, really great country farm here. It's called Kozlowski Farm, out on the road on the way to Guerneville and where we went out to the river, and they make all their own jams and stuff there. Blackberry jams, and I love blueberry. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much. And you can look them up on the website. They ship everywhere around the country. They're amazing product. And I'm not endorsing them, and I don't promote them. Just saying. So yeah, blueberry's easy. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, thank you, baby. I'm the furthest thing from amazing, but I do have fun. Let me just deal with this. Yeah, it's organic blueberry. Hi, easy listening. Yeah, easy listening. Like one day we're in repairing a Pioneer X700 tuner. The next day we're in the kitchen making Italian sauce. It's not good unless Ellie gives it her seal of approval. You know, it's called Ask an Italian. Yeah, I was never much. I had a lot of kimchi over in Asia. It wasn't my favorite because it tended to seep out the pores. And a lot of Koreans, it's always a very heavy garlic smell through the skin. Not that I object to it, it's a cultural thing, but you know, when you'd be going to work on the bus at 6:30 in the morning, no air conditioning in Hong Kong, or coming home, woo, man. Talk about gaming. Talk about gaming. And just like that, we're all cleaned up today. Just hang out and chat a bit. I may fire up a hangout tonight, see how I feel tonight. See how you guys feel about running a hangout tonight, or if you're getting sick of too much Rosie on. I know I get bored at home, and I'm just, you know, I like to hang out and I like to chat. Give everybody one last look at the finished product there. Having a lot of fun. And best of all, it honors the effort that Jen puts in doing all the work for raising the tomatoes and watering them every day. Next year, I think we're just going to put all, well, next year we won't be around, but the year after we'll use San Marzano variety. That's the damn thing. This damn thing. There we go. Yeah, I could have put some mushrooms in there. That's a good idea, Roadkill. That's an excellent idea. I could have cooked in some mushrooms and other things in there. Yeah, the Roma variety. I think the San Marzano is the Roma variety. I've planted them before. They just have less juice and more flesh to them. Oh, the mushrooms that get you high. No, I'm not. I'm not in that kind of experience because you know the problem with that Roadkill, those mushrooms they don't have an on-off switch. All right, we'll see, Susie. If enough people want me to, I'll try to do one tonight. I got nothing else to do. Yeah, meteor for the sauce, yeah. I'll tell you, running this Hangout is easier now. I used to put up the big TV and then have the separate monitor. I ended up just throwing that monitor. Actually, I didn't throw it away. I put it out on the street because it was like a I don't know what the brand was, not Magnavox, but Memorex TV. I just ended up putting it out on the street, and within 2 minutes, somebody came and took it away. So I'm just using a Dell computer now because I'm going to be using this on the road for Hangouts and stuff. The focal point should be vintage electronics tonight. Yeah, I'd like to have enough people to do a vintage audio hangout. That'd be cool. I'd like to be doing RV hangout again, or the van and Class B hangouts and stuff. let's see. Jinx says, are you going to have a backup laptop on the road? I don't think so, Jinx. I don't believe I will. I have a lot of confidence in Dell. And, yeah, okay, good night, Nicole. Thanks for coming in. Great to see you. I don't think I'll have a backup, Jinx. Put this back in the showing check. Jen just gave me a kiss. Woo. Yeah, I back up everything to Western Digital 2 terabyte drives. I have like 4 of them now. Certainly carry us through the winter. All right. Okay. All right, we are mostly cleaned up. So, whew. It's nice when you're done. Ellie will tell you when the cooking is done, there's nothing like sitting down, getting off your feet, and having something to drink. Thank you, Easy Listening says, I must tell you, Rosie, your face looks incredible today. Thank you. A couple more days of swelling will be all down. I'm in my sort of Margaret Houlihan hot lips mash kind of phase right now, but thank you. Just to have gotten rid of that sunken around the eyes and to have, gotten rid of the crow's feet on the side and all that, and put more of a heart shape. Thank you very much. It still hurts, but it's good. I just have to make sure I don't split in half here, you know. Let's shoot. I'm just so glad, Easy, you've just come on board recently, and I really value your, value you being along. I have so many good vintage audio people on the channel. It's so amazing, and I like it when people can cross over and come to different. I know when I have repair videos. It's a whole different group of people that watch the videos and the things. So it's nice to have a crossover on there. Yeah, Loretta Swit, right? That's what somebody said last night. Hot lips Houlihan. You never know with people. I mean, I'm happy, guys. You know, I've been through three surgeries, and that's done. Finally, I gave up the summer of 2017. Jen gave up her summer so that I could started in March 1st, then April 3rd, then August 28th. So now I have 2018 to play. Florida, here I come. Woo. Florida, this early this year we'll be down in we'll be doing the Southern California thing. Yep, hardcore, Jinx. Get it done while you're young, right? It's funny. Next year is gonna be trouble, girl. Canada, here I come. Woo! Lock the doors. Hurricane Rosie's in town. Lock up all you cute girls. Check my mail today. Woohoo, you better warn your boyfriend. I don't know, gold is up to $13.39 an ounce, and people are pulling out of the stock market next year. May not be too good. Well, it's good for me. I don't have anything in the stock market per se, and I'm loaded to the gills with silver and a little bit of gold. So I've been plunking that for a long time. Yeah, there's something a brewing. You better believe it. The storm clouds are gathering. The time of year is right. All the conditions are in place. Yeah. I'll tell you, YouTube is nuts these days. Can't keep up with all of their shenanigans. Hey kids, what time is it? It's FEMA time. Okay. Well, guys, I guess I'll go ahead and close it down. I don't even know how to get to the old YouTube layout. I'm not loving the new one. YouTube's just doing too much crazy stuff right now. It's driving me nuts. So driving me nuts. But yeah, I agree. Roadkill. They took a lot of fun out of it. A lot of the, I guess we're catering to a Disney crowd now. I guess that's the bottom line. You have to be, Hannah Montana fan or something. So, adult content is gone. But there it is. Thank you, guys. Give you one final look at the putting up the sauce today. Thank you very much for those who came through and watched today. Thank you very much. Nice and piping hot. You can hear the tops are already starting to click on some of them. So, got some more red sauce from our own tomatoes. Easy says, how long do you think it will take to get the schematic for the Pioneer? I'm not sure, Easy. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really, Pioneer's a little more difficult. So, I want to thank you guys for being along so much. Thumbs up are appreciated. If you haven't thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up button and the share button. And thank you very much for being along. I love you guys. You are my life on YouTube. So, thank you.